Poppy Playtime, one of the biggest horror game releases within the past decade that took the internet by storm. Matter of fact, 2 months and 4 days from today will be its 3rd anniversary. 3 years since it released and 3 new chapters, each one giving us something new and a ton of lore to explore. And today, we'll be looking into what we know about the up and coming Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. So hey everybody, I'm Jeeps, and let's jump right on in. So it's been roughly 7 months since Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 released, and in the month of February, charts were going crazy. The once dormant community of Poppy Playtime was literally woken from its slumber, and everyone was talking about the game. Tons of gameplay, fan animations, lore dives like the one you're watching right now, and tons upon tons more. But then people started asking questions. Questions like, when is Chapter 4 coming out? Where is Chapter 4 taking place? And so many questions just required answers. Many I've tried answering myself, but there are some details in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 that give us decent hints into where we might be going. Starting with the beginning of Chapter 3, we wake up as we're being thrown down a trash compactor by Catnap. We luckily escape and proceed to meet an individual we only hear through a phone named Ollie. After making our way past the train that crashed at the end of Chapter 2, we find the entrance to the Plate Care, which was the on-site orphanage within the factory. Now you have the option to flip 2 levers, which will open the doors to empower the cable car to carry you down into the Plate Care, or you can look around a little bit. In the case you do look at the environment, besides the fact that everything is practically ran down, you can actually see a poster with the words Playtime's new park written, with what seems to be a theme park behind Poppy in the background. Now there's many places we could go from here, but the general idea between everybody is that Chapter 4 could be taking place in an amusement park super deep within the facility. And honestly, after seeing a game station of an orphanage hidden deep within the toy factory, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw an amusement park somewhere else hidden in here. And judging by the poster, it says specifically Playtime's new park, which could hint that it was already finished before the Hour of Joy occurred, meaning that they were in the process of advertising it at the time. This might not be the case, but it's just a thought I wanted to share with you all. And I will say one thing, this factory seems like it never ends, and in each chapter we progressively find ourselves getting deeper and deeper within. And at the end of Chapter 3, when Kissy Missy gets attacked, we get trapped down below as we are trying to take the lift down. So like I said, there's not a guarantee there will be a theme park, but it could lead to one. And Chapter 4 might get pretty dark considering what Poppy told us. Moving on, however, where the next chapter will take place is only the least of our questions and concerns. One of the biggest ones actually comes from the last few moments of Chapter 3, which I also covered in my Who Attacked Kissy Missy video. That's right, who will the next villain be in Poppy Playtime Chapter 4? Well, for the most part, the next villain of Poppy Playtime will either be one of 2 things. 1, Boxy Boo, which is what I decided on in this video, or 2, a completely new character which we haven't met before. And considering what we know, it's most likely the second one. But tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And no, it's not going to be Kissy Wissy. So yeah, that's just a really quick thing I wanted to cover. But one question I also see getting tossed around a bunch, and something I really haven't covered that much, is what happened to the missing children that were held in play care before the Hour of Joy? And where are they? Why are they missing? Like I said, I haven't covered this topic that much, but when doing so, you have to remember that the Hour of Joy, the toy uprising, took place 10 years before the main game takes place. Our character enters the facility in 2005, and the Hour of Joy takes place August 8th, 1995. That is a huge gap, and considering the fact we're talking about children here, I'm not sure many would have been able to survive, especially when considering they wouldn't have the necessary nutrients to, unless they were turned into toys. Now, wait a minute. What? Now, before you all go crazy on me in the comments section, I'd just like you to hear me out. I stated in a past video that Ollie may be the prototype, especially considering that he has the voice of a child. But what if he has the voice of a child because he was a child? This would mean that the prototype was turning children into toys in order to quote-unquote save them to ensure their safety. And after seeing hundreds upon hundreds of these small little smiling critter plushies that have little giggles and laughs like children, honestly, honestly, it's a possibility, that's all I'm saying. But I'm not even sure that this is the case, because the prototype's main reason for starting the Hour of Joy was due to the evil experiments Playtime Co. was conducting around the facility. So why would the prototype be turning humans into toys himself? Well, for one, we don't actually know the prototype's true intentions behind everything that he does, though we do assume that most of it was from Playtime Co.'s aggressive, painful experiments on the innocent. But there could definitely be more to his plans, especially ones that considered the children themselves. But that's most likely something that we'll learn in Chapter 4. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Now, apart from that, there's one more topic that I really want to cover, and it's probably one of the bigger questions out there. You see, I gave my thoughts on where we might be going in the next chapter of Poppy Playtime, but what will we actually be doing? What's going to be our primary goal? Well, after covering what happened at the end of Chapter 3 with Kissy Missy, and knowing that us and Poppy are going deeper into the facility, it's likely that we are going to be encountering some new enemies and possibly trying to save Kissy Missy depending on our situation. In time, we'll most likely get more information regarding this in the Chapter 4 ARG, which at this time is currently ongoing. And as for the prototype, I don't think we'll be encountering him much in Chapter 4, but rather a lot more in Chapter 5 of Poppy Playtime. And that's where we'll most likely see the real version of him, similar to how we saw the real version of Bendy at the end of Batim. So essentially the game won't be ending in Chapter 4, but is more likely to end in Chapter 5, since it's kind of a mascot horror game genre rule. We got FNAF, Tattletale, Bendy, you get what I'm trying to say anyways. But overall, I believe that Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 is going to consist of meeting new enemies, new characters, and answering a lot of questions that the community has previously had before Chapter 5 wraps everything up with the prototype. But hey, we'll have to just wait and see for whenever that comes out. Anyways, like I said, we'll uncover the answers to these questions more in the future, especially when Chapter 4 comes out. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I'm Jeeps, and I'll see you next time.